It's your boy from the room back with another one. We got the Joe Budden podcast talking about Nicki Minaj versus SZA. But while they were talking about that, Joe Budden said one little line that kind of is going to make me do a whole theory and expound on it, which is basically the Nicki Minaj is attacking SZA for Drake, allegedly. Now, I'm going to break it down a lot more after I play you the Joe Budden clip and this Akademiks clip I have for you, where Akademiks is basically alluding to Drake having a closer friendship or relationship with somebody in his camp called Grand Wizard, who runs his other Akademiks TV account, more than Akademiks. He has a closer relationship with Drake than Akademiks. That's what Akademiks is saying verbatim when TDE Dave Free tried to press him at the Detroit concert when he went to go see Kendrick Lamar. So we're going to break down this theory that Nicki Minaj could be sending shots to SZA for Drake because SZA was the one that fed Drake the information about him hypersexualizing black women and hating black women to Kendrick Lamar, and is right now on tour as a reward for feeding information to Kendrick Lamar, allegedly. Let's basically get straight to it.
It is. This is from Nicki. Mm-hmm. Wait, does SZA think she's more successful than me? LOL. Y'all catch me up, please. SZA, if every song you've ever done vanished right now, the music business wouldn't even miss you. I've been to countries that never heard of you. You can't even spell Prague.
That was my shit.
That was my shit, too. I've been to countries that never heard of you. I know you're not that stupid, are you? Stadiums? Did you look at the venues I played on my own headline festival tour out the country last year? Bitch, have you ever headlined? She said that, not me. Bitch, have you ever headlined to 80,000 people? Bitch, what have you ever done besides yodel with auto-tune that needed retuning? Boo, I'm an icon. You're not. The end. Pay that man for almost breaking his back. Why didn't you speak up when your exec was bullying and harassing me, you dirty, mangy cat? Those botted numbers on all platforms have y'all losing y'all motherfucking minds. You the type that would have been quiet in school trying to fit in. You still have no clue who you are. I know you went nights without washing that musty face. Bitch, how you remember exactly where every freckle go? See, that's funny to me. That is funny.
Some of it's funny, but...
Justice for Desiree Perez. We want to discuss your daughter's laws. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing the daughter stuff.
Yeah.
That is Nicki the SZA.
What's her beef with the Desiree Perez girl?
That's what beef.
Why is she just? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
I'm not gonna say that's weird because I don't know enough about it.
Right.
I think Nicki could have a valid beef with Roc Nation, TDE. I think some of this SZA smoke is for Aubrey. Nobody told me that, but I just assumed that. I just assumed that. I know he didn't like how she was prancing around and playing both sides and doing all of this shit. Nah, so yeah.
Like, she went on to tell her that originally she was supposed to be on what's the records, the Drake record?
Shake that ass for Drake.
Yeah.
And shake that ass for me.
She's like, we had that first. And then we decided, let's save our collab for Pink Friday 2, and that's how you got it. So, like, you getting my
leftovers.
Yeah, my leftovers.
My Twitter, this Twitter right here, is written by me. There's no team. It's just me. Everything on my main Instagram, no team. Just me, okay? Everything on my secondary pages, I have the logins to it, but I don't write those things. I've hired a bunch of fans that came from the chat nigga community, giving them jobs. And I don't like saying that because these my niggas, they bosses too, and they run really a lot of the internet. But that's what they do, right? Yes, they've been getting better at media. Like, sometimes they've been incorrect. Do I understand that the brand of Akademiks stands over everything? Yes. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. The way I'm looking at media is that all of these guys have fan pages, stan pages, hater pages, whatever. So if you want to hear what Akademiks thinks, just stay on my main Twitter and my main Instagram. if you want the world of academics where fans and other people are contributing, the Academy, you're going to go to my other pages. And yes, they are going to editorialize to some bit, right? So I said Drake never wrote a caption on my page or ever wrote a caption on the page that I got my team running either. I said I have a team that does it. Yeah, they're all like me. Like, and by the way, I could say some of the names. Like Grand Wizard runs the majority of the team, right? So he's, he would report to me. That's my guy. If he has a team of his own, right? I said what I said last time, and this is where I got to explain it. So again, if they're not hearing it from a video, I got to explain it again. And if Dave Free's watching, hopefully you understand this explanation. What I told you then, and I'm telling you now, right? I said, Drake communicates with us. Not about posts, but he communicates with us. We might ask him about a song. Yo, bro, is this true? Is this happening? Other people are reporting it. That's how we get the drop on certain exclusive stuff. Drake only fuck with a few people. We're one of them. It's not just me he fucks with. Drake speaks with my team more than he probably speaks with me, because they're always running stuff that needs clarification or confirmation if it's true. They might hear, yo, Drake, is Iceman the real title of the album? It might be some shit like that. Who knows? Like, my team is going to ask him that. Like, I might ask him that too, but like, I'm not regularly hitting a nigga for info. They would. So he speaks with them a lot, and he knows that, yo, Drake and Grand, they're cool, okay? I told you, Drake got back Grand's page for us. You get what I'm saying? The point of what I was saying, and I'm kind of getting off my tweet here, but I said, and this is what maybe Dave Free misunderstood. I said, Drake knows what we be posting. I said, if Akademiks TV has posted anything about SZA that's unflattering, Drake must not give a fuck. Why? Me and Drake has had a conversation about how much he cared for the woman at the time, and I walked back some of the stuff I said about her. It was on stream because she was crying in the studio when he was trying to do an album. Since then, I did not talk about her on stream. Now, granted, I'm not talking about her, but if a page associated with me that he communicates with them, and yo, I'm the boss over here. If Drake reached out and said, yo, Ak, yo, bro, could y'all not like say nothing about SZA? Remember, I already was not saying nothing about SZA before the beef because of him. I'd be like, I would have hit Grand like, yo, Grand, listen, don't run no SZA content. Remember, I told Drake I was going to chill out on her. So, bro, y'all should chill. So what I told Dave Free, I don't know what type of relationship SZA and Drake got going on, even now, because SZA ran back to Drake and told her this idea of, yo, Drake, are you writing captions on the page to diss me? Because Drake hit me and said, Ak, did you tell him that? So it's a bunch of telephone. It's the weirdest shit ever. We have billionaires playing telephone. This is what I'm saying. Dave Free ran to the back, gossiped to SZA, or they had the video and they played a video that maybe that's what they got from it. That video prompted SZA to call Drake, which is so funny. Ain't SZA on tour with the nigga Drake that called Drake a pedophile? This is confusing to me. So you're telling me SZA hits up Drake? SZA hits up Drake recently to be like, yo, Drake, are you writing captions dissing me, bro? Huh? How does SZA find it out? Dave Free goes to the back and tells her? I went to the concert. These niggas is trying to look for me to have a conversation? Huh? Bro, I don't know. This rap shit weird. So, I don't clarify this shit 5 times, but I'm telling y'all this Dave Free nigga has a video. Just out the video, bro. Just out the video. But I don't care about the video. Well, I mean, I do want you to drop a video because it's too much back and forth. But I'm clarifying for once and for all. If Drake hit us up right now, yo, when I heard, so when I went off on SZA, I heard the bounty hunter niggas put a bag on my head that was gonna kill me. That's what I heard, my nigga. I don't know. Bounty hunters must be some bloods, and I don't give two fucks, my nigga. Like, brother, I'm in Jersey, my nigga. I'm not like in Slauson or whatever the fuck y'all got going on the West Coast. I'm just not scared of y'all gang tactics and intimidation shit. I don't care. Okay? So this whole like, yo, the blood, yo, the bloods, we about to kill you. Gotta kill you, blood. I'm like, y'all about to kill me over SZA? Like, you're telling me that I'm gonna be deceased because of SZA? Whatever, brother. Okay, I guess so. I imagine the killer running in like, I'm shooting you because of SZA. Blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever, cool. So, nigga, I just ignored it. Like, I ignored it. I'm like, these fucking idiots. Like, bro, she's a grown woman. Like, come on, stop it, right? But then I told you the only reason why we stopped it was that I wanted Drake to finish his album For All the Dogs. I did it for a selfish purpose, honestly. I wanted my favorite rapper to do his album. And she told me he can't get 2 records cut. So I agreed. So, again, for people who think that, like, Drake controls me, no. I'm telling you why, before this battle, I stopped talking about SZA, right? Because I wanted the nigga to do his album because I wanted to hear the album, right? So, that's what I was communicating to Dave Free. And I said, I've been on a truce level with SZA personally, because me, like when Savage put me on the phone with Meek, I'm like, I always looked at that as that's truce. Like, bruh, like we talk is truce until I see Meek diss me again online, and then I gotta go back in, right? It is what it is. But I'm looking at it as a truce. So I was looking at the SZA thing as truce, right? Now I get it. My alt page is making posts that might not be the most positive thing about SZA. What I was telling Dave Free, because remember, Dave Free is asking me, is Drake paying you? Like, how much is he paying you? And I'm like, brother, like, what do you mean he's paying me? At first I was like, wait, you think he paid me to show up here? And then he was like, no, how much he's paying you, period. And I was just like, he's not paying me nothing. And I explained that dynamic to him. I said, let me tell you how it works in media. I said, just that you also know, 6ix9ine never paid me. When you're the closest outlet to one of the most biggest or viral superstars, and you get all the exclusives and all of these things work in your favor because you're the closest outlet, you are going to get your weight in gold by doing your job, not by extorting them for money or charging them. You get what I'm saying? So put it like this. This is just reality of things. And I'm always very honest with it. The people who think, why would I need to, Drake's the biggest rapper in the world, right? Now, the amount of promo I've given Drake is probably about like $4 or $5 million, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to get that $4 or $5 million because the price goes up on everybody else. The same with 6ix9ine. Every label, I taxed the label for like $150,000 after the 6ix9ine shit. Why? They wanted me to get cool with their new rapper they were trying to pop off to create a new 6ix9ine. You can't create that. It's organic. Friendships are organic. But labels think money. So I don't ever need to charge Drake. I'm just going to up the price on everybody else. I do charge people. And I'm very honest about it. I do consultancies. I do fucking promo. Yes, that's a fact. But the idea that Drake pays me, I don't get paid by Drake. That relationship is worth its weight in gold because of when I hit him, we're going to get exclusive info that nobody else is going to get. And especially in a time like now, he's isolated where he's not going to talk to a complex, doesn't want to talk to GQ, Rolling Stones. We kind of got him to ourselves. Pause. That's worth it. Like, if you were the only media outlet that would talk to the president of the United States, you're infinitely up. That's what we are. I hate to have to explain media, but I sat there in Ford's Field explaining this to Dave Free. He's a businessman, I believe. I explained this to Dave Free. If Dave Free remembers, I explained this to him. I said, we get our value by having these associations. Young Boy is my friend. Young Boy don't really fuck with the most of these niggas. Me and him, matter of fact, I got to hit him back. I think they hit me yesterday. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. We're going to go do some shit. The value of me and his relationship, or whatever you might think is the promo value, I don't have to ask Young Boy to give me a chain or something. is worth the value by being that person. Same with Cardi. I've always treated media like that. I explained this to Dave Free while he was sitting there, puzzled why I supported Drake. I also told him we prefer Drake. Overall, the conversation turned into he was upset that Drake said, I think them kids might be Dave Freeze. He was upset about it. He admitted, he said, you know what? I was pacing. This is his own words. This is why I keep saying drop the video. He said he was in the back pacing. I guess because Anthony Saleh came out first with like a couple, like 2 dudes. And then he came out with like 4 dudes. And he said, I was pacing in the back because I was thinking about how to handle this. And he's like, I realized my issue is with Drake, not you. Okay. And essentially what he said, if I was going to crash out, I'd be doing it, but not on the person. He was basically saying he want to see Drake, my nigga. So he's saying, how much is he paying you? I was like, what do you think? He paid me to come here? No, how much is he paying you? Like, he was saying, it's like, what are you getting out of this? And I was explaining to him, this is media, brother. Like, y'all started a rap beef, but you're very confused why a popular media outlet would either have a favorite or want to be in the midst of it. Like, it was confusing. But he was upset. So anyway, back to the tweet. So I said, Drake was the one who personally called me and asked me to cool it. Walt quit back. She was crying for 2 days in the studio while he was trying to get her to cut Slimy on a Rich Baby Daddy. I told Dave Free the exact same thing. And I said, if Drake hasn't hit us about it, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, the team that kind of work, they don't really care about what TDE feels. Just like how I don't think TDE cares about what Drake feels. My whole thing too, and I told this to Anthony Saleh, because he's the one who, when sitting next to me, he says, Ak. And by the way, you know, some of these things I was going to keep off the record, but I'm going to put it on the record. This is not recorded. I know this call, not call, but this conversation is not recorded. But we're playing telephone now, and we're grown fucking men. And everybody could get on the phone, but nobody wants to get on the phone. So if we're going to play telephone in the media, I'll tell everything. Anthony Saleh said, because he says, you're posting, he said, you're posting a man's wife, you're talking shit about his kids. And I said, brother, when have I talked about Kendrick fucking kids? And he said, y'all are making jokes about this, that, and third. And I said, all right, give me the examples. So now he comes into the street and said, give me the examples. And he said, bro, what I'm really trying to say is the Akademiks TV page. And I said, okay, what about it? He says, they're constantly taking shots at people who shouldn't be taking shots at. And I said, okay. And then we both agree on this one point. Non-public people in a rap beef should not be involved in shit being thrown both ways. Now, I said to him, now here's the thing. Kendrick and Drake is both culpable of this. Kendrick in a rap song says Dear Adonis. Drake in a rap song says Whitney. You do understand that fans or media outlets did not start this. And the energy that you guys have for this is created by y'all. So he tells me, I'm going to be honest. I'm a businessman. And we had a reasonable conversation. And again, Anthony got my number. He got my number. So, he could definitely, let me try my phone. He could definitely text me and be like, Ak, that's not how our conversation went. Or he could even call in now and be like, all right, let's talk about it. So he said to me, he said, he says your Akademiks TV page. He says, I know it's ran by that Grand Wizard chat nigga. He said, bro, I hired a private investigator. We know everything about him. We know where he lives. He tells me the guy government name. He tells me the location where he lives. He says, honestly, if he's like, because I don't know you to be talking about his chick or his kids or whatever, but if you could get that page to chill, it would prevent us from doing something. We don't want to have somebody. Now, we'll get somebody to do something to that nigga. He's talking about Grand Wizard. I'm not going to mention nothing personal about Grand, but that was the conversation. They told me Grand Wizard's full name. So that's what he said to me. Okay? Anthony acknowledged that they put a PI to figure out who ran the page, who they are, where they live, what they do. They said, if you could have them tone it down or chill, we don't want to have somebody do something to that motherfucker. I said, okay, I don't look at every post, but I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm going to talk to them and be like, yo, listen, I put myself out there and, I'm not backtracking or backpedaling from anything, especially if I say it. And also, just to be very clear, Punch, as you mentioned that, I never said nothing when Dave Free was there. I didn't backpedal from nothing I said about SZA because I explained to him exactly why I got back at SZA. Dave Free mentioned to me, you remember me, right? And I said, Dave, I do remember you. I said, I remember that you were the person who called my phone after SZA threw a fit after the Everyday Struggle episode. And then I was hearing that these gang members were trying to kill me the first time over SZA. And you were civil and you said, yo, this girl's sensitive, da-da-da. Yo, what do you feel about it? I'm like, bro, I was on stream. I didn't know who SZA was. I wasn't trying to even be funny. I said, could I talk to her? You told me SZA doesn't want to talk to you. I said, okay. He says, but bro, we would like for you to make it right, though. Complex was pressing the fuck out of me. Apparently they had something with TDE going on, like a spread or something. He said, everybody from Complex called me. Dave Free said, so I said to Dave Free, if SZA don't want to talk to me, what are we talking about? He said, bro, just at least clarify it on the same platform you said on. I said, I bet. I went back on stream. I clarified. I said, yo, the night before I went on stream with SZA, the night before I interviewed SZA for the first time, I didn't know who she was. I was just asking questions. My chat was saying shit. I read it. I didn't know she would get offended by it, but that was not me being mean. That's a fact. Now, granted, the last time when I talked about SZA, I was being mean. The time when Drake called me, I was being mean. Because I felt like SZA was really taking it like I was on some, like, I know how to insult somebody. But I do, like, at times I'm saying stuff I really don't know. I'm not even trying to diss people. Anyway, I explained that to Dave Free. So Dave Free says, yeah, you remember that, right? And I say, yeah, cool. And then he's like, he starts out with this thing about the kid. And I'm telling Dave Free, I said, bro, yo, like y'all call a man a pedophile, bro. Like him saying that, like, why y'all not getting at him? So essentially it then becomes, well, why are y'all posting this? And I'm like, bro, here's the thing. The reality of it, we're a media outlet. I'll give it to you. We chose Drake's side. Yeah, we definitely chose Drake's side. That's a fact. It just is what it is. But we still try to be fair. But we definitely chose a side. Then he falls back off of that point because he acknowledges his problem about the stuff about the kid. He said, I was pacing in the back. I really, like, if I would have came out here and just crashed out, I'd be doing it when my...
So as you can see, Drake has an alliance to a media outlet called Akademiks or Akademiks TV or academic TV, however you want to call it. And a lot of people, it's easy to make fun of Akademiks, because he's his own person, but his brand is very dominant in media. It's like TMZ, shade rooms. Like there's the big bloggers and media pundits that just can get information out in like 1 second. And for Drake to have this much control over a media outlet basically for free lets me know that he basically, and how he's using that media outlet, lets me know that anybody who's attached to Drake, you have to basically spew hate or negativity towards Kendrick Lamar for him to feel like you're being loyal towards him. Kind of like how Drewski, who has nothing to do with this, right, is upset the whole time. Kai Cenat is excited for seeing SZA and Kendrick. He's literally pouting and angry. And he has nothing to do with the beat. Aiden Ross, another one, literally spewing a whole bunch of Kendrick hate, almost like horrifically and negatively, right? To the point where it's so obvious that he's doing this for his allegiance to Drake. And, there's a tweet out there somewhere, like an old tweet of Drake saying, if I gift you, it's not just a gift, it's basically you owe me something down the line. And so him gifting these streamers just lets me know that he's trying to get control over them. And I'm only saying this because of my theory of that one line that Joe Budden said that's kind of leading me down this rabbit hole of this theory. Because even Kendrick Lamar is like, I can see the vibes on Act. Even he looking compromised, let's peel the layers back. Basically, when he says peel the layers back, he's saying like it's not just Akademiks. Like he's compromised because he has an attachment to Drake, where Drake is legitimately controlling the outlet source of media and what it's saying to other artists or whatever. So apparently Dave Free was trying to press Akademiks for, stuff that Academic TV is saying out in public about Kendrick Lamar's family. And now it makes sense, because now we can just assume, allegedly, that it's Drake motives that are behind these personal attacks on this specific account that is an Akademiks brand, right? Because just like he said in the video, he has no control over those accounts. Well, he does, but, he gave it to his community, his friends, the people that support him. So we take that in consideration. You take the fact that Nicki Minaj is on a ridiculous, it's funny because of how she's going at it and how she's joking at SZA with the freckles. How do you remember how do you remember every freckle you put in your face? Like, how do you remember to draw it the exact same type stuff? Like, it's hilarious and entertaining. But when you think about how did she go from TDE, or previously to before that, Hove or Jay-Z, to Desiree Perez, Rock Nation, to TDE and SZA, that just doesn't make any sense. Because when you think of the fact that Nicki Minaj previously, it's already been shown in the tweets and Punch basically said that she was out there looking for bars or verses or hooks from SZA. And SZA's like, I got writing credits and feeling myself. Like, I've been here and you haven't been doing any of this. But all of a sudden now you want to do all of this, attack SZA specifically. Well, now that Joe Budden said that one line and Akademiks said all he said, almost like at the exact same time, it makes me use both of what they're saying, the information that I've gathered from both of them, to now conclude my assumption and my theory that Drake controls Academic TV, and for the past year and a half or 2 years has been spewing Kendrick hate and SZA hate specifically on purpose because of his, hurt and pain from the battle, or, how much he feels like he's been destroyed, or, obviously I'm not in his mind, but I can just imagine, just off of how he feels like LeBron James broke his heart and he ain't even got LeBron James as a friend no more, and how petty he is when it comes to no 6 to 23, I'm not LeBron, whatever the hell he said, right? Like, he covered the tattoo up, everything. So Drake is very conscious and very aware of his loss and, almost like victimizing himself, right, in a sense. And this is just one of his get backs. Scorpios are very secretive. And I feel like he's using his Scorpio, skill of being secretive and, manipulative in a sense behind the scenes to get all of this stuff out. And a lot of people's going to hate me, but I'm just a messenger. And I'm really just trying to expound on the theory that, I basically just, it's screaming at my face right now. So I just had to let it out to the public, let y'all know because, it's a good conversation and it's hip hop. But we need to know if rappers are controlling media outlets that much. Like, Jesus, Drake, like you, to the point where you writing captions for people. Like, I wholeheartedly believe he's writing captions. I believe he's sending DMs and he's closer to Akademiks camp than he is to Akademiks, because Akademiks probably ain't going to do all of that for him, which is like legit write his legit captions. But people who are like uber fans of him, most likely would do it. So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's me and Boy from Media Room, back with another theory, back with another banger, man. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.